What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Life at the Hamids. Hope you've been well and welcome back to another episode. So in today's video, we're going to be covering a little tour. I'm going to do a little tour of the allotment since the last time that I've been here and showing you what's changed, etc., etc. It's actually quite a gloomy day today. It's been quite sunny over the last, week or so. So it's a shock to see this, but at the same time, it's also a relief because I've been breaking down working in the heat. So it's quite a nice change. In today's video, make sure you stay to the end because I am going to be cleaning up this fig tree, hopefully making it look better. It's hard to weave around and look through. So let's see what I can do with it. And of course, I'll put it in time lapse for you. If you are new to the channel or have not subscribed, please take this moment to do so. It makes a big difference to the channel and it just helps me grow and build the community as well. All right, then, without further ado, let's get on with it. And I'm going to start with the tour. All right, everybody. So starting off with the brassica bed, you can see I did a heavy pruning of them last episode and they're still doing fine. Some of them will flop over like that and then they'll carry on going upwards. It's not a problem. If that happens, they're still just as fine. You can see the the Brussels sprouts starting to grow on these ones. You can also see the calyx forming right in between the leaf and the stem, well, where the leaf was. So that's where the calyx will come out. You can also eat leaves. I'm not sure about the Brussels sprout leaves. I've never done so, but the calyx leaves you can eat, and you can eat the purple sprout and broccoli leaves as well. I wanted to also ask, I've never really grown Calabrese broccoli. So anyone who has done so, let me know. This is shooting sideways and it's got offshoots. As such, should I be leaving them because I cut them off to neaten it up? But I'm not too sure. So if I'm doing the wrong thing on this, or if there's multiple ways, just give me a shout in the comment section and let me know. Some of the what they're called, beetroot, are doing really well. These are the early ones that I did. Was there more here? Oh, there was, but you can see this was heavily shaded. But it's not doing too bad at all. But this was overgrown with weeds. So I cleaned it up in the last episode and it's looking good, much better now in terms of how it is. So that's lovely. I am going to put some cauliflower here. I don't know whether I should do another bed. Kind of run out of space. Let's see how it goes. All right, so you can see the potatoes over here. Right, they're definitely ready to harvest. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to water them anymore. I'm going to let it dry out and then I'm going to harvest them probably today if I get a chance, but I'll do that in a separate video. Or what I'll do is I'll do them in a, what's it called? When I get back from my holiday. All right, let's have a look at these carrots. Why are the leaves yellowing? So, are there nice carrots to pull up and harvest? Let's have a look, okay? Let's have a look here. So they're getting bigger. They're definitely getting bigger. Let's have a look inside and see if I should be, is it because it's dry? Or is it because they need thinning out more so? Like over here you can see this one can be thinned out a little bit more. Let's see if I can pull this one out. Definitely. So that's really hard to pull out. Oh wow. Look at that. Boom. That's a massive carrot. Right, let's see. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to pull out more. Can you see there's red ants in there? That's not a good thing. I hate it when the red ants get in here, etc., etc. There's another one here. Let's try to pull this one out. Let's see how that one's looking. Look at that. That's beautiful. Any more? Pull this one out. Lovely. All right, so I'll come back to that and I'll do that later. But look, we've got carrots. Lovely carrots there. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the tomatoes. Now, these tomatoes have done very well, I think. Look at that. We've got, I can't remember if these are Fantasia or Moneymakers. Seem a bit smaller than normal. We've got them. We've got the Black Moon at the back over there. But what I've done is can you see? I've got rid of all of the leaves at the bottom and left just a stem. And I've only left the top leaves to do the photosynthesis and growing of it. And then I just wind them up, these, as such. And I just take off the middle stem. But look, there's so many to grow. Now, is this one? This one's ripening. So, for example, I'd take this one home and I'd let that ripen on its own. So as these start to ripen, which they're slowly getting there, I think by the time I get back from up north, they should ripen. Look, a whole load of tomatoes compared to last time. And let's see, these are Sakura. You can see they're slightly bigger in terms of cherry tomato sizes, but they're still prolific in terms of how many you get. Now, these are my sweet, what they call sweet honey or something like that. Look at that. They're ripening now. I'll still let them on. I probably will actually collect these. So I'll come and harvest these a little later. There's quite a few to harvest, so that'll do. But look, I get so many on one plant. And this plant's actually got the highest. Although this one was the one that got planted and didn't die off and did the best. Let's have a look at my San Marzano. So we've got lovely tomatoes over here growing across the 3 plants. I need to do more of these plants next year. I've got a uni pizza oven at home, and what it is if I can make my own tomatoes. I do my own tomatoes, but my own tomato sauce as well from these fresh tomatoes. Let's see how they come out. So these are the Bulgarian tomatoes, and you can see there are tomatoes growing on them. However, I had a lot more, and you can see I tidied this up as well. This was quite bushy in the last video. So you can see there's a lot of airflow, and you can see what's going on now there. So I can focus on watering the bottom only where it's supposed to be. Look at this massive one. That's how they all should be, usually just massive, and then they'll grow this nice kind of peachy pink color when they ripen. So let's see how they do. This year's not been the best year for tomatoes, but still, you know what? From what I thought it was going to be to what it is now, I'm not complaining. Now, let's look at the corn. I don't know where these corn should be, but I'm pretty sure last year mine were like the same size as me. So that's good. But I've got the netting on it, and let's see. Let's see if they shoot up and survive. Not survive. I got a feeling they're going to be all right now. But if they actually produce anything. This was a squash plant that I planted later because everything was going wrong here because of things being ripped up and whatnot. And you can see, I cleaned this up, by the way, but something's still come and dug up here. Can you see? They pulled out these mange 2 that I actually had there. And this is the problem. They'll do that and then things will die. What I'm going to do, can you see over here as well? What I am going to do is just put them back like that, quickly water it. Luckily, it's not been, and then I have to remove the cardboard as well. Luckily, it's not been one of those days where it's super hot, so I think they're going to be all right. But look, I've got mange 2 now growing. Not sure when I'm supposed to harvest them. I think that's a bit too long. So yeah, look, mange 2 growing on the ones that actually are okay. So I'm going to give these a water, and then these are doing all right. I've got obviously some plants that have died inside, but they've given me, I think, two 2 portions already. So I didn't think I was going to get anything, but they're actually doing all right. And then I'm getting more and more. You can see as it's going along, I can see more flowers, etc. So at least I'm getting something from these. So let's look at the Marman tomatoes now. The Marman tomatoes are doing a lot better than all of the other tomatoes. You can see there's tomatoes everywhere on each one. It depends on, and there's more growing there, but let's just hope they ripen in time. You can see more on that side and loads of flowers. So I just got to keep watering and hope that everything will grow and ripen in time. But you know what I might do? I might next year, instead of wasting time on these ones, I might just do a section of Bulgarian and a section of Marmand. And that'll produce me the whole lot. And then I don't have to use this section over here, tomatoes. Ooh, let's see. And I'll just do a few cherry tomatoes. I don't really eat that many cherry tomatoes. All right, let's look at the beans. So you can see beans have survived a bit more. Looks like something dug this one up. You see, so one's been dug up. I'm going to see if I can water it quickly and get it. Let's see if I can get it down there so I can get some moisture quickly. And then what I'll do is I'll go and water it. Look, over here, starting to get beans. So at least I'll get something. And this one's got a lot of flowers on it. So I think even if just this one does it, I'm happy. I'll get beans. But we've got a fig that's nearly ripe there. And we're getting there. So I'm going to have to really give this a good tidy up. Look at it. I have to walk past it like that. This is the main thing that needs to be done today. Look at that mess. All right, so we've got more French beans here. And look, they've not been pulled out. Let's hope that that remains the case. This got pulled out already. You can see something pulled it out. I pushed it back in just before I started the video when I went to get my stand mount for the thing. This was drying out yesterday when I did the brassica bed and the tomato trellis. So I got a feeling that these won't make it. But there's new ones anyway, and I've watered it. It's really important to water everything on the right days. Otherwise, it becomes a problem. All right. So, although, do you know what? Although it's actually miserable weather, look at the weather. It's bloody warm. I don't know, it feels like 25 degrees. But, nasty weather. All right. So, aubergines are doing okay. Better than before. Still not grown any flowers or anything. Let's see. This one was dying yesterday. Again, because I didn't water it in time. I don't see any flowers on them. Oh, I see one flower on that. Let's see. Oh, there's a flower there, if you can see. So, let's see if they produce anything. And I'm not sure if those are those flowers. Yeah. Well, let's see. It'd be good to see if anything comes out of that. Okay, moving on to the, what's it called? The squash bed. Squash bed's not doing that bad. It's a lot better than before. Now, yesterday, I realized that it was that hot. I should have probably come in and watered twice. But look what's happened to one of my pumpkins. And you can see, I'm actually going to remove this one. But look at it. Look what's happened to my pumpkin. It feels soft. I think it dehydrated. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that because I don't want the pumpkin wasting energy on something that's dying. I'll remove that. Probably go feed it to my chickens so it's not wasted at least. But yeah, when I came here, the what's it called? Some of these were like, you could tell they were dehydrated. And then I looked at that. So that's never happened. That's my fault, most likely, because of the watering. Have a look. We've got a nice one growing here. Let's see. Let's move that quickly. Don't want that going. Let's follow along and see if there's any more. Look at that big one here. It's a massive. Got a smaller chicky curry over here. And I've got another chicky curry over there. And then, see, the butternut squash is starting to actually grow now. I don't see any fruits on them yet, or vegetable. What is a squash? Anyway, fruit or vegetable. There's one here. I don't know if it's going to survive. But let's see. Any more? No, I don't see any more growing. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and possibly a 6th one. But it really depends. Yeah, minus that one. But yeah, can't complain. Can't complain. It's actually, again, this year was so bad, I didn't think I was going to get anything. And I was really, what's it called, deflated. So, something's better than nothing. Let's see how it goes. I've never really grown butternut squash. It's not happened. Look, I've got another one there. So, let's see how it goes. All right. Look at this section. This section's growing quite nice. Everything's growing. You've got the flowers. And then, I've got my Cosmos Fizzy Purple. They're starting to actually form flower heads. The purple sunflowers are forming flower heads. And the artichoke, you can see it's a lot more robust now in terms of its size. So let that continue growing and let this section continue growing. And hopefully next year I'll do a lot better. But that's about it really. Look at the garden allotment. It's not doing too bad. I know that I could do better than this in terms of I wanted that area for pak choi. I was going to do a few other things. But life comes in the way. Things happen and you just have to work with whatever you have and be happy with it. All right, so let's not waste any more time. Hope you enjoyed the tour of the allotment. Let me know what you think. But for now, let's get on to the main task, which is to deal with this heap of mess that keeps messing me up when I'm trying to walk around my allotment. All right, everyone. Catch you in a second. All right, everybody, there you have it. I'm shattered. So I used my chainsaw because it was easier. I was first pruning and I realized the chainsaw was easier. I only brought out the pruners afterwards when I was going for the leaves. I feel so itchy. I've had so many insects and bugs all over me. Not sure if I've been bitten up, but definitely. And the sap, I don't know whether the sap's got something in it, but there was so much sap dripping onto my arms that it just feels odd. In any case, I'm going to go home and shower and get all of the crud off me. But this is looking so much better. I can see what's going on. I've got rid of some of the new shoots, some of the smaller figs. There's plenty of figs on this tree that need to come and ripen up and get bigger. So I'm not worried about the ones I've cut off. But what it is now I can see what's going on. I got rid of mainly the bigger leaves and a lot of the lower levels. So now I can just walk around and not have issues because I hate that. If you also saw, I was cutting the tree behind the fig tree because it's on my neighbour's plot, but then it's overgrown and it's not a tree that's necessary. So nothing grows from it, etc., etc. So we decided we're going to cut it down bit by bit. Tomorrow is the green waste collection, so I've filled up the bag. Hopefully they take that. If not, I'm going to split it into 2 of the green bags. But they've taken it from that before, so it shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, they'll collect that. I've composted as much of the leaves as possible because I don't really want to waste it. If I've got material I can turn into compost, you use the material around you so I don't have to buy too much compost next year. Anything else to say about this really? No, I'm actually really happy. This was a task I was kind of like leaving to the side because I didn't really want to do it. And it's one of those things, you know what? Don't leave things to the side. Get them done. I know I've had all these other things to do, but after I tackled it, first of all, I feel so much better. And on top of that, it wasn't actually that bad. It didn't take me too long. I'll have to go check the camera after this when I edit the video and see how long it took me, but I don't feel like it took too long anyway. And tidying up was fine. That chainsaw, if you do need that chainsaw, look, you've seen me use it a few videos, especially with things like this. So if you do need one, I don't get anything for it, but unless you use my link, then I think I'll get a commission from Amazon. But irrespective of that, it's actually useful. It saves me time, because imagine me having to do that with a handsaw. That would have been just a nightmare. That's it. It's getting dark. I should really get back. I don't like being in an allotment when it's getting dark, etc., etc. But I'm just looking around to see if there's anything else to say before I go. No. So, as always, please leave a comment. Let me know how things are going for you. If there's anything you'd like to share. Did I take off too much? How do you feel about it? Those of you who are fig tree veterans or know more than me. But I'm hoping I haven't killed it. I don't think so. I left a lot of the leaves on the top. So hopefully my theory is, again, light comes from the top. It's be able to photosynthesize. I might just give it a good water and add some, what's it called? Fertilizer at the bottom and see if that, I don't think it needs it, but I'll do it anyway. I'll water it today. I'll do the fertilizer tomorrow. But that's it really. So as always, please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you on the next one.